I'm thinking we should try to figure out exactly what they need or want, so we could barter with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to extend something that they really need than something that we already have.
Excellent.
Do you have any suggestions, group, or should we try to investigate?
We'll have to try to get talking,
Right.
probably, about her needs.
That might probably be the way to do it. Yeah.
Then I have a question. Can I cast Glamour on other people?
Yes, you can.
Not sure that magic is the way to go. We don't really know enough about her and what she will be able to detect or not. I think what I'll do is
You can assume that you are up against probably every battle magic spell in the book. If we look across the range of her supporters right now. Although it's not omnipotent. I mean, it is a limited group. But almost every spell in the book probably is represented by somebody in the top ranks with her.
So they could detect magic if I cast, for example, Glamour on Scala.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it's not worth the risk.
No.
I'll have to change anyway, so I'm going to go for something as unoffensive as possible, because I think it's worth the risk.
Do you want to describe what you said in the email? All right.
Yes. So I'll change. I'll actually change to a dress. Simple and decent, long sleeves, probably nearly down to the bottom. I'll go without my weapons. I can't use them anyway. I'll have my dagger, so that's the only thing I can use. I try to kind of dress up as somebody who's connected to the Woodswoman's cult. Use wines or anything when rebraiding my hair. And
Sela does provide the horns of a goat.
Well, that's probably already too aggressive, but thank you anyway.
Okay.
I'll actually, because we are still influenced by those funny muscle contractions, I'll go for something like a staff to be able to hold myself upright. I don't want her to see that's something wrong as long as I possibly can.
Very good point.
And then I'll just have to hope if she threatens me that she does not so, because that probably would get everybody in the room to go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like us to accompany you?
Yes, please, and stay close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll dress in my merchant's clothes, because I have 2 pairs on.
Oh, that's right. You dress up a little bit. Right.
I'll keep myself humble. I am not in position to dress up.
Right.
Okay. Do you, Skava, address us as, for example, as one being the maybe mercenary or a protector of you, and the other being a merchant? You being a source of power in this community?
What do you mean?
Forget it.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought of Skava said something before of sort of being a protectorate of her.
Right. I understand that, but but that's something they're going to negotiate, I think.
Yeah, But if you already show it, it's a part of our system.
No,
It
I
would
don't.
be just obvious.
I'm not sure that would
I don't
Okay.
think
boost
so.
our things.
If you need me to join, you will have to come and get me at the giant.
Okay.
I'll send somebody
Right.
just to tell you you
Exactly.
may want to
Hey.
come.
Right.
Not immediately, but well,
I'll drop by.
sooner or later.
Right.
Yes, please.
Excellent. That's
Take
somebody
Yalla
will.
with you. She is probably the highest ranking priest at this place.
Right.
Okay.
Well, there will
so
be.
you notify me, Ron, when that's.
I'd
about
say
to
that you have
happen.
received the message about right now.
Okay.
Right.
Great.
That perhaps you should, war things are happening. So when we come to the meeting itself, I think we're going to have it be looking at the map. Well, there is the other building, which is a little bit smaller, also associated with this grove. There's this very nice looking place near there. I think it will be the house. There's a house with, this is kind of a medieval drawing, but there's a house with a cool chimney and a little yard and things. Yeah, it'll be at one of the nicer places near the grove. So what I want you to know is that will arrive, and she has also arrived without weapons. That she has now has ornamented her face, so she's no longer wearing the helmet with the fangs, but her face has been painted with the same device. That she, as I mentioned before, she is not wearing a chain around her, but her outfit has chains on it, like hanging in loops from her wrists to her elbow, and then a bigger loop that would then go to her shoulder. And that her hair somebody has been working on her hair. So now it kind of stands up and has braids that go back, and is, somebody did a job on her hair tonight. So and otherwise, now she is thin. She is not. Remember how Hin was like this, battleship of an older woman. Is younger and taller and thinner. So she and Skava actually kind of look each other in the eye. They're not really exactly, they don't look like each other, but there's a similarity of physical presence there. And she's also wearing relatively simple, but as I mentioned before, extremely high quality clothing. So now it's no longer traveling clothes like you saw before. It is in fact a dress, but again, this was made by people who were using the best of materials in the best of conditions. So then, who is with her? It probably should not surprise you that they are initiates of the Cult of the Merciful Dawn. There are only two, and which is, she's not coming with a battle band or anything like that. And the two of them, though, one of them, they are a little bit alarming. One of them his eyes have been sewn shut, and so the eye here in his forehead is open instead. And then there's another one who is wearing it's very distinctive gloves. You've never seen gloves on his hands. like that, really, before, of some strange design, and the hands are quite large. They are not the proper size for him. And the two of them are very definitely wearing the crossed chains of the Cult of the Merciful Dawn, and they do not say one word. They're completely silent. So that is whom you are meeting. This has a certain amount of attention. This kind of culture is not particularly private, so there will be other people from the community who are here. Certainly some of the women from the Grove, that's not a surprise, but also other people who are some of the people who know Ikindu and like him, like the bronze worker and things like that. They are there. And so Urko will be showing up sooner or later, I'm sure. And the conversation can begin. There may actually be a ceremony by one of the old people of the village to call upon the guardian god of Headwater to to welcome all to this meeting held here, and tell a little story about the origin of the village, which probably isn't true, and make a proper ritual for it, and then everybody in the crowd says the sacred word of the god, and that's done. So that sort of formalizes where we are and under whose eye we are doing this meeting. Nobody's ever heard of that god outside of Headwater, but that is normal for any community that you've ever been in. So, gives you a one-word greeting, kind of a formal hello.
I reply to it with a welcome. I'm Skava. I am the caretaker of the Woodswoman's shrine here. I am a companion of sorts, and I think we may have come off on the wrong foot in our first encounter.
We are here to extend the reach of the Dragon Lords, of the House of Dragons, to up through these waters to this land. Such a process is long. We hope to encourage it peacefully, and as a gesture, it is clear that you and your friends have felt the touch of chaos upon you, and our cult is well educated in the control and prevention of such forces in their tendency for harm. So we offer our protection. We offer the the favor of the kings to the west, from which you have come, as I understand it. That to these lands where until this time, that reach has not really extended. So effectively, she's speaking, as she says, for the rulers to the west in the islands, that they would like to plant their flag here, and offering her powerful cult services to those who obviously need them as a gesture of friendship, maybe a little authority, and that the benefits to all are evident